No, nothing. Just all right. Good morning, all. So let's take a look at what we have for next week. We'll go to our forex street, and we'll go to next week. Okay. Last week, actually, all our predictions played out. So we'll start with the first news on the block. The first major news on the block is CPI for CHF, which is coming out around 8:30 in the morning. So currently, the prevailing should I say geology, or the don't know how to put it now. Prevailing situation in the US now, there's a tornado going up. Okay, weather condition is actually grounding business activities in the US. That is adding to the dollar weakness as we speak. Okay, that's adding to the dollar weakness. So I'll be hoping that we're already selling USD CHF as we speak from last week. So if the CPI for CHF comes out positive, USD CHF will continue to sell. So that'll be our first trade on Monday. Same time, this is actually an medium impact news. Inflation rate will also be coming out same time. Yeah? Okay, I'll try. Okay, so same time as well, like I was saying, inflation rate will also be coming up. Then we have around 11 p.m. still on Monday, the retail sales for the Eurozone. Now this is important because it's covering the whole of the Eurozone. Okay, so it's also expected to be positive. Previous was for month over month, previous was minus 2.7, and the forecast is at 1%. So as long as it's going to come out above to minus 2.7, we might be seeing Euro USD continuing its buy. All right. The year over year is minus 2.8. If prediction is also above minus 1.8, so if it comes out positive, Euro USD will continue its buy. So, then in the afternoon, we have the Canadian news for the PMIs. PMI Canadian news by 2:30. That is your time for Canadian news. And the previous was 60.1. You're predicting 55. Remember what I always say about PMIs, as long as it's above 50, it's positive. So if it comes out positive, our card, USD card will continue to sell. All right. My take profit for USD card is still around 1.35. My take profit for USD CHF. So be watching out for those. Then on Tuesday, the first news is on the pound. It's coming out at night, funny enough, 1 a.m. at night. Still on retail sales. So it's predicted to be negative. So be watching out for that. Now, beautiful enough, immediately after that is coming up is the AUD retail sales. Predicted to be positive, as well as the balance of trade, but most importantly, the interest rate decision. All right. There'll be a forecast for that for most of the major banks, but from what I've been reading for the past 1 month, I think Australia is going to increase their interest rate. Okay. So, the first trade possibly for the week is going to be for me. AUD is already buying. I want to say continuation on that. And because of the importance of interest rate, like I said last week Friday, my focus is going to be on the AUD pairs. So if there's going to be a weakness in pound, possibly the best entry for Tuesday night is GU sell. Sorry, GDP AUD sell. GDP AUD sell. That is going to be your first major pair. Okay, that is going to be your first major pair for the week. Okay. I'm already selling Euro AUD. I'm in profit, so I want to see more drops on Euro AUD sell. So, but another very good pair. What I consider most of the time is positive swaps. Okay, so I'll be looking at AUD CHF buy. I'll be looking at AUD CHF buy. Decline this or this. I'll be looking at AUD CHF buy, Euro AUD sell, because both of them are positive swaps. Okay, both of them are positive swaps, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. AUD US buy is a negative swap, while GDP AUD sell, I think, is a negative swap. So if you ask me, I will opt for long-term selling Euro AUD the whole week and AUD CHF buying them the whole week, because they're positive swap and I'll be making money holding those positions if I thought anything was to go wrong. But as long as interest rate for AUD is going to come up, holding them till Friday is going to be excellent, making money. So our major focus will be on AUD. But later in the evening, we'll be having CHF news, unemployment rates. So luckily I already mentioned AUD CHF, so we'll be expecting this to come out negative. If it does come out negative, I'll be hoping for AUD CHF to continue to buy. All right, more news coming up for price index for CHF later in the day, which is around 8 o'clock. Factory order for Euro as well. If it comes, it's predicted to be negative 3.2, predicted to be -1. If it comes at negative, it seems my Euro AUD will also sell powerfully as well. If the pound price index comes out negative, GU will also sell. All these are being predicted to come out negative. That is the beauty. So we'll watch out for them on Tuesday. All right, Powell will be speaking in the afternoon. In the evening, 4 p.m. Nigerian time. So watch out for that speech. Before that speech happens, possibly if I profit on AUD USD, you can close, because if it's sounding positive, if it's going to sound hawkish, it means AUD USD will have to do some retracement. Okay. But after that retracement, later around 11 p.m., the Bank of Australia governor will also be speaking. All right, if it does that and it's sounding hawkish, it means after retracement towards in the evenings, AUD pairs will continue to buy, because trust me, most of the governors this period are sounding very hawkish. Now we have Wednesday. We have current accounts for the Japanese yen, as well as bank lending. Right, these are forecasted to come out negative. If that happens, it means possibly JPY pairs might buy, but we'll keep a close watch on that. Then retail sales for Australia. So for Euro, this is for Germany. So Germany, like I always say, is one of the most important economy in Europe. That might affect the Euro pair. All right, so watch out for that news. Might not be too appealing to buy anymore. Maybe to go in a range since dollar is already weak. So it's Euro AUD that will keep selling on Wednesday. So watch out for that. This is for Italy. Retail sales for Italy as well. I'll also be coming out. But for the whole Eurozone, there will be growth rates, which is more important. So watch out for this. The most important news on Wednesday will be by 11 a.m. Nigerian time. And that is a growth rate for the whole Eurozone, as well as employment rates. So that will adversely affect the Euro movement on Wednesday. The forecast is actually negative 3.4 for the retail sales, and they're predicting 2.3%. All right, so GDP growth rate was previously 2.3%, and they're forecasting 1.9. If that comes out negative, Euro USD will continue to sell. So watch out for that news. But if it comes out positive, Euro USD buy remains valid. There'll also be the Eurozone ECB governor, also president, also speaking later in the day around 11 a.m. to Nigerian time. So that is the major action I'll be playing for the Euro pairs. But later in the day around 2:15 Nigerian time, we have employment changes. The forecast is to go up, so possibly we'll look for some dollar strength. If it comes out negative, dollar continues to be weak. Then the balance of trade for CAD, yes, balance of trade for CAD, the previous is minus 0.16 billion. They're forecasting the same thing, so watch out for that. But later in the day, same time, 2:30, balance of trade for USD2 will be out. The forecast is actually to lose strength, so watch out for that. If it does that, AUD USD remains my best pair for the week. We'll continue to buy our AUD USD. Although Powell will also be speaking immediately after that news is out in the evening by 4. So watch out for his speech to that. Even though AUD USD is buying, as long as Powell is speaking, we should expect some retracement. So possibly before his speech, you can close your profit. So you take note of all this. And on Wednesday, we have finally the growth rate for Japanese yen. So if Japanese pairs have been buying, on Thursday, ready for some retracements once the growth rate comes out positive. That's really the growth annualized rate for the last year quarter. Previous was minus 1.0%, so predicting a rise of about 0.8%. So we'll be taking a look at that. That is a few minutes to midnight. Oh, sorry, a few minutes to 1, 10 minutes to 1 Nigerian time. Then later in the morning, we'll be having, there's not much news during the day for Euro. So the effect of the news on Wednesday will actually continue to be affected on Thursday. But around 2:30, we have continuous jobless claims. The previous is predicted to be the same thing as the forecast. So let's see what plays out. But if dollar pairs have been selling, trust me, on Thursday, you might be expecting some retracement. So your AUD USD on Thursday, you're going to be closing your profit for all AUD pairs buy that you've been buying and hoping for a retracement on Thursday afternoon during the New York session. So, but on Friday, finally on Friday, we have, interest rate decision on Friday. So Friday is going to be a very powerful move for the Japanese yen. Okay, so I think if they increase the interest rate, I'm going to be expecting some crashes on JPY pairs. That is by 4 a.m. So you have to be awake by that time. If they increase their interest rates, or if the yield curve is increased as well, even though interest rate is not increased, so you watch out for the bank review after the news. We might be seeing JPY pairs buying, and that means all USD JPY sell, AD JPY sell, All right. So watch out for that news. Is very important. Then the next important news will be coming up by 2:30. Okay, there's another important news. CPI for euro expected to go up. Then we have balance of trade balance for pound as well, expected to go up as well. So if you're selling euro AUD, expect some retracement, so you close GBP AUD, expect some retracement on Friday close, so you close your profits or your trade. So you can even choose not to trade again by Friday. That's the truth. You can choose not to trade unless we have a very good confirmation that JPY pairs are going to sell. Then finally, our NFP by 2:30. Okay, alongside unemployment rate too for car. To unemployment rate to go up, unemployment changes down. That is predicting card to be weak. All right, that is predicting card to be weak, and we're also seeing prediction for non-farm payroll, which is going to be another most important news on Friday, to come down from 517 to 200K. But remember, if it comes out positive above 200K, it means it's going to be positive for the dollar. So watch out for that news too. So that's what we have on board for this week. And we'll see how everything is going to play out. Right. So I would create chances for questions and or any contribution so far from what we've been doing. All right. So any question so that we can just stop the recording and continue our discussion? Any question?
Boss, a quick, let me get something clear. The last thing you said about the non-farm payroll just now, you said they predicted 500K on the
No, the previous was 517.
Yeah.
The forecast is 200K.
And you said that if it's slightly above the 200K, then it's positive. It's to be.
It's positive for the dollar. Yes, it's positive for the dollar.
Okay, I've not heard this one before. But is it in all cases or just for the non-farm payroll?
Is in all cases. See, the thing is, when it comes to fundamentals, okay, it's actually about causes and effects. So what caused it and what is going to be the effect? It's the general bias of what everybody thinks that is going to play out. Okay, so that's where money management comes in most of the time. So good news can become a bad news can become a good news. So sometimes if you're not so sure, it's better not to even trade. From what I've said, it's just like trial this week. You should have made a lot of money till Friday. So as at Friday, I was already up by 5%. Why should I trade on Friday? Why? Tell me. So if you have made a lot of money on AUD pairs by Friday, it's not compulsory you trade on Friday. You must not trade every day. Learn to choose days to rest. All right, learn to choose days to rest. The market is going to move a lot next week. And once you've made your money 200 or 300 pips on 1 or 2, 3 pairs, that is 600 pips. Depending on the lot size, even on 0.01, that is $60 for 600 pips. Then on 0.1, that is $600. So if you're not using one lot size, that is $6,000 before Friday. So tell me what you are still doing and looking for in the market on Friday. That is the question. So anything you don't understand, do not trade it. I keep saying that. Anything you don't understand, don't trade. Okay, you must not trade every day. It's very important. You must not trade every day. Any other question? I think I'll end the recording for now so that I'll continue the